Hello, this is a story from the life of one of our great warriors, great rulers, Shivaji. Before I move on to the story, click on the link below, subscribe to my YouTube channel, stay connected. So once Shivaji lost his way moving from fort to fort and he was on a hilltop, he was not able to see any habitation around and he was a little worried because he did not know where he would take rest. So he started climbing down from a hilltop and that's when he noticed a dim light coming from a little distance. He went towards that and when he reached there, he found that there was an old lady staying there. The old lady was warm, welcoming, and she thought that this person is from the army of Shivaji. So she was very generous. She invited him in, made him wash his hands and feet with a little warm water, gave him a mat to rest, and when he was a little rested, she offered him food. Very freshly made food, rice and lentils, dal. So he was so hungry that he immediately put his hand in the food and since it was very fresh, very hot, he burnt his hand and he immediately took it out. Now noticing this, in the process actually a little food got spilled over also. So noticing this, the old lady said, "You are behaving like our great king Shivaji." Shivaji was, since he did not know that this lady is not able to recognize him, "Why do you say that I'm behaving like Shivaji? What is it?" She said, "See, the food is freshly made, it's very hot, and you are immediately putting your hand in the center where it is absolutely very hot, and you have burnt your fingers, isn't it? This is the impatience that you are showing. Shivaji is also doing the same." Shivaji was still not able to understand what is the message. He said, can you tell me a little more in detail?" She said, "Shivaji is trying to conquer his enemies, focusing on their big, huge forts. And that is what is making it difficult for him. That is what is making him lose many of his soldiers unnecessarily. He needs to focus on the smaller forts, smaller enemies, take them into his fold, and that way he will be able to consolidate a lot of his strength, a lot of his people. He will not lose as many soldiers, and that's when he can focus on the bigger forts to conquer." And Shivaji got this message absolutely right. He realized that he was making the mistake on targeting on the bigger forts first rather than conquering the smaller forts which are easy to conquer. And he got this message, started changing his strategy, and then he approached to win many of the enemies that he wanted to win over. So this is the story. What are the lessons? The most important lesson that you will get is that you need to take smaller steps to initiate any big success that you have in mind. It takes time, it takes patience. The moment you become impatient, the moment you become worried, you have lost the battle. So it's as simple an example as if you want to finish a book, let's say a book which has about, let's say 400 pages. Do you think if you have not been able to read more than 10 pages a day, you will be able to finish it very fast? No. So from 10 pages, you can increase the number of pages that you read in a day, maybe to 15, maybe to 20, rather than jumping to 50 and 100 in a day, which may be very challenging. So incremental progress is what is sustainable, right? So this is the message in this. Make incremental progresses, have patience, and as you continue to proceed consistently, you will notice over a period of time, your victory actually becomes very huge. And that's the message that I'm giving in this story.